Welcome to Cxc Biology TCP. I am Mr. Wilson from the TCP Academy. You can find us online at Cxc Biology TCP, that's on YouTube, or you may find us online at tcp-academy.teachable.com. I've had a lot of questions about the broad topics. What is the broad topic? What will it be? I'm going to be showing you in this video the broad topics that were last year. Now, I'm also going to be discussing what happened when we saw that exam paper. Did we see the broad topics as were promised? Were the students able to do the exam as a result of preparing for the broad topics? I'll talk about that and more in this publication. So be reminded, this is not the broad topic for 2022. We're looking at the broad topics for 2021 examination, and we're pretty much just having an overview of what was done then and what we're supposed to be expecting this year. So I'm going to be looking at biology, being that biology is our core subject here, bio on human and social biology. I'll definitely be looking at those. So last year we were promised 10 topics for biology. The 10 topics were nutrition, abiotic and biotic factors, food chain, predator-prey relationships, decomposer, treatment and control of disease, transport, excretion, reproduction, continuity and variation. And then for the paper 032, or paper 3 some might call it, we were promised food tests, ecology, ecological study, and appropriate sampling methods. The I, and we were also promised disease. 4 topics we were told that we would have gotten. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask persons to just look at the paper that was for 2021 to see, you can use your judgment. Look at the 2021 paper and tell me in the comments below if Cxc was fair in what they brought versus what they had promised. Now, be reminded that the broad topics is pretty much relevant for paper 2 and paper 3. The entire syllabus will be covered on paper 1. So just a reminder, this is what we had as the broad topics last year for biology. Let's move on down to human and social biology to see what it was last year, and then again I'm going to invite you to look at the paper that was for human and social biology, and you can tell me if it was a fair exam, if Cxc actually delivered on that which they promised. I don't know. I really don't want to say. I really want to hear what you have to say as students. Now, if we look here, human and social biology, last year, the paper 3 was not applicable because there was no SBA for human and social biology in 2021. 2022, for the first time, we're going to be having human and social biology. Now, last year, 2021, the broad topic was 1. Living organism and the environment. We're looking at the food chain, and yes, that was on the paper. The skeletal system, of course, was on the paper as well. Now, excretion and homeostasis linked to chronic lifestyle disease, that was on the paper. Reproductive system, heredity and variation, and disease and its impact on human. Disease was really wide. I think on the paper last year they looked at, or I think one of the questions was, why is it important to have a bath? That was really a big one. Impact of health practices on the environment linked to infectious diseases. Now, a lot of persons, I know from mathematics, there was a big uproar about what actually happened on the paper. I'm just going to go on up to I think it was probably additional mathematics or mathematics. There was some concern there. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to be selfish. Just look at biology that was last year. I'm going to be showing you all the exams last year, and of course the broad topics that were given for paper 2 and paper 3. Just a reminder, if you are just picking up this channel, this is not the broad topic for 2022. We are looking at the broad topics that were for 2021. Let us see how close the broad topics for 2022 will be, and we're expecting these broad topics to be coming up anytime next week. Now today is the 7th of April, 7th of May, sorry. Today is the 7th of May, so we are expecting those broad topics to be here for next week. The exams have been pushed back for 3 weeks. We're expecting the exams to begin on the 23rd of May. A lot of persons would have asked, so why is it that the timetable is showing exams before the assessment before the 23rd of May? The simple reason is that if the assessment started prior to the announcement, then students will have to complete that assessment. No leeway or extra time is given for assessments that were already started, with the exception, of course, for SBAs. SBA, the time, of course, that too was extended for both CAPE and biology. So I'm just going to pull you on through the paper. Be reminded that you can stop the video at any time to look at the part of a paper here that is pertinent to you. This was pretty much a broad topics for 2021. We are wondering what the broad topics will be for 2022. So a lot of subjects here we are looking at, and persons are wondering, what is it that I should be studying for? If I were supposed to answer that, I'll say you should be studying for everything. Make sure that you have enough practice of your paper number 1, have enough practice of paper number 2, have enough practice of paper number 3. There are some persons who are doing alternative to practical, so you want to make sure that you have a good idea as to what you're supposed to be expecting for the exam, and not waiting on that exam to be surprised by some topic that might pop up in front of you. Now, please be reminded to use your textbook as you prepare for the exam. As you do the past paper, the textbook becomes relevant. Make sure that when you practice, you're completing the entire paper. If you complete the entire paper for 5 to 10 years, I'm almost certain that you'll be almost 100% prepared for the examination. Try not to study alone. Not to say that you should be studying with persons who are wasting time. If persons are not going anywhere, then it might not be the best thing to tag along with them. However, if you know a little more than someone and they are willing to have you be their teacher, then that would be wise, because you'll be practicing that which you know, and of course you'll be getting that scrutiny from persons who are looking on. We are now at food, nutrition, and health, and this is what the broad topic was last year. That's 2021. We are now in 2022, and we're eagerly awaiting the broad topics for 2022. Of course, you're going to be having both exam papers this year, or might I say all the exam papers this year, including paper 1, paper 2, and of course paper 3, which is called the alternative to practical, or paper 032. You might have seen it on the timetable as paper 3/2. That is the same practical paper that we are looking at. That paper is pretty much the paper that students are going to be doing if they did not complete the SBA component. Now, persons who are registered to a formal educational institution, they would, I say formal like everyday school, they would be doing the SBA. But for other persons, they might opt to do the alternative to practical. Even if you are doing the alternative to practical, it's very, very important that you carry out some experiment, or you have good knowledge of some experiment. Some words that are popping up on that alternative to practical paper include words like limitation, limitation, precaution, conclusion, hypothesis, aim, observation. You really don't want to get into the exam, be it paper 1 or paper 2. Remember, if you're doing paper 2, question number 1 is a lab question, a question that requires some amount of analysis. So you want to make sure that you didn't just slide through with your SBA, you actually did the SBA and you understood that which you did. Now, if not, you might be struggling when you see that question number 1 or you see that question number that paper 032. Please be reminded as well, your question number 1, I know for the sciences, bio, HSB, those are the subjects that we cover here, but for the other sciences as well, I'm sure that your question number 1 will have a graph or something related to a graph or a table. So you want to make sure that you have adequate practice where graphs and tables are concerned, so that when you're up into that exam, you'll be coming out smiling. Be reminded that you could pretty much reach Mr. Wilson at you see it on the ads that follow this video for our extended classes. For extended classes, of course, for the broad topics, we're expecting about 10 topics to come out, and we're going to try as much as possible see if we can have some extended classes. Of course, this is going to be on my paid platform, so the telephone number will be in the ads that follow this video. So for persons who are wondering, no, the extended classes are not going to be on YouTube, but of course there's things on YouTube that I have that will be able to assist you. There is of course paper 1 on YouTube, there is paper 2 on YouTube, there's an alternative to practical for both biology and of course human and social biology. So there are those papers there free that you can access at your leisure, and I'm sure they would contain enough information to assist you. But wherever you are in the Caribbean, if there is a topic on that broad topic, the broad topic listing for bio or human and social biology, when it's out, I'll be making that publication. You want to make sure that you sign up for my extended version on the broad topics. I definitely will be looking at the broad topics, and I will be doing my own review, or one might say overview, of the broad topics and making suggestion as to the scope of a broad topic, things that are expected to be covered when we see these broad topics. So you really want to keep following Mr. Wilson or Cxc Biology TCP on YouTube. And of course, if you want to be a part of any of our paid program, you can reach me via WhatsApp. It is 1-876-219-5191. You may also look at the ads which come up after this video to get information about reaching Mr. Wilson. You may also reach me at extremesolutionsja@gmail.com. Now, you really don't have any time to resit exams. You really don't want to put your life on hold. You really don't want to have your friends going to university and you are still here waiting, wondering, pondering whether or not you are going to be going to university. So now this is the CAPE section of the syllabus. So we have just looked at CSEC. Now we are looking at Unit 1 CAPE, what the broad topics were last year. So if you were with Mr. Wilson last year, then of course you would want to know what the broad topics were there. I'm going to stop right here for now, but if there are questions to be answered, please leave them in the comment below. And as much as possible, as time will allow, I will definitely answer your question. Until next time, until we have that opportunity to talk about the broad topics and get ready to hit these exams out of the park. I know that we are all studying. I know a lot of persons from across the Caribbean, you are signing up to Mr. Wilson Marathon. I am still inviting persons to sign up for the marathon. We have this marathon for both biology and human and social biology. You really don't want to miss out on that. And we are definitely going to be doing a big class on Section C of the syllabus that looks at continuity and, of course, variation. We would have seen these questions on the exam paper time. One of those genetic diagram value about 6 marks on the exam paper, and you really want to know how to make sure that you ace that part of the paper, and of course the entire examination. Of course, this was environmental science last year. We are now wondering, what will it be this? Until next time, what good? Last year, many students differed on their Cxc exams as they were afraid of failure due to their level of readiness. This year, Mr. Wilson and his experienced team from tcpacademy.teachable.com is here to help you get exam ready. Subscribe for free to tcp-academy.teachable.com. We offer courses in Cxc Biology, HSB, English Language, and many others. There are several offerings to each course. Enroll in one today. Get help with CSET Biology SBA Labs and Human and Social Biology SBA Labs at tcp-academy.com. Tim had questions. He wanted to know where he could get help with his SBA Labs. His parents searched but could not find that experience. Tim also made some calls, however could not find the help he needed. Tim needed an experience he could trust to help him get over the hurdle of SBAs as success was in sight. He met the guys from tcp-academy.teachable.com and they designed a program to help him. tcp-academy.teachable.com was able to help him. So too, they can help you. Sign up tcp-academy.teachable.com for help with your SBAs in biology and human and social biology.